Welcome back again. This is part 3 of bounded variable simplex method, problem 1. So at the end of the part 1, what we have calculated, we have finished the calculation of simplex table 2. You can observe here the simplex table 2. After some particular case arised in simplex table 1, and after calculation of the simplex table 1, we entered into the simplex table 2, and we have finished all the calculations in simplex table 2. Now you consider simplex table 2 calculations, and we move further, right? And further calculations. Now you see here, you observe again the net evaluations of simplex table 2. So if all the net evaluations are greater than equal to 0, solution is optimum. But it is not so. Now you see here minus 3 and minus 2 are the two net evaluations which are negative. Then we have to consider most negative, which means minus 3 is most negative. Hence corresponding to the vector y1 enters. Actually to speak, after that you have to calculate theta 1, theta 2 and ur. These are the three values you have to calculate, and then you have to finalize this, right? So for every calculation, after completing the simplex table, one particular simplex table, and if you want to go for the next calculations, what we have to do is we have to calculate three particular values: theta 1, theta 2 and r. So these are the values you have to calculate. Even though of course it was decided as which particular vector it is entering into the basis, that is therefore y1 enters the basis. For time being, you please keep that particular position. And then we have to calculate theta 1. Theta 1 is equal to minimum of xbi by yir, and where yir is greater than 0. So this is usual formula of the simplex procedure of calculating minimum ratios. Here you see here 4 by 1, 3 by 2. These are the values here. It is minimum of 4 by 1 and 3 by 2. Obviously 4 by 1 is 4 and 3 by 2 is 1.5. Therefore 3 by 2 is the minimum value. So corresponding to this particular element, we see that. Okay, and then theta 2 is nothing but minimum of ui minus xbi divided by minus yir, and where yir is less than 0. If all yir is greater than equal to 0, then the value is infinity. Now you see, observe the yir values, which means in the y1, 1 and 2, which are both are positive. So therefore, since it is equivalent to infinity, since you write one particular sentence, one particular term, all yir greater than equal to 0, all yir greater than equal to 0, therefore it is infinity. And then ur, which particular vector is going to be enter into the basis, that is not decided, but even then you have to consider to know the r is nothing but yr. For example, yr enters the basis. R is equal to which particular vector enters the basis is going to be entered into the basis y1, that is r is equal to 1. Therefore u1 is equal to what is upper bound of the variable x1, that is 4. So therefore it is 4. So now we have to calculate theta is equal to minimum of theta 1, theta 2 and u1, that is ur. The formula is minimum of theta 1, theta 2, ur, but ur is u1, therefore I have written u1. So therefore it is nothing but minimum of theta 1 is 3 by 2, and theta 2 is nothing but infinity, and u1 is 4. So in which again you have to calculate minimum. 3 by 2, infinity, 4. Minimum is 3 by 2. What is 3 by 2? 3 by 2 is nothing but theta 1. So that is we have to decide. So if it may be theta 1, or it may be theta 2, or it may be u1, that is ur. So we have to decide that. Based on that you have the case. So therefore theta is equal to theta 1. Therefore the corresponding theta 1 is equal to 3 by 2. So in this case, of course 2 is the total element, we will see. So in this case, if theta is equal to theta 1, as usual simplex procedure is going to be applied. corresponding YR enters the basis and the procedure what is the procedure you have determined in theta 1, it is going to be leave from the basis. So that is corresponding to, so in this case, first of all, you please confine in your mind that if theta is equal to theta 1, in such a case, we have to apply as usual simplex procedure and corresponding vector YR enters the basis and some particular vector, some another particular vector is going to be leave from the basis. For example, YS, let it be another vector. Okay, yk is going to be leave from the basis. This is what the procedure, as usual procedure of the simplex procedure. YR enters, YK leaves. So therefore, you have to remember always the objective function and don't forget it. And this is what this can be read out from the whatever the cast we have written in the simplex table also we can observe, but except the constant 25. Therefore, I am writing here plus 25. This is the constant. In addition to that, 3 into x1 minus 5 into x2 double dash. This is you represent in this fashion. Y2 double dash and 2 into plus 2 into x3 plus 25 plus 0 into x3 plus 0 into x4 plus 0 into x5, like that. So therefore, now you have to apply the as usual simplex procedure and you have to calculate, you have to go for the simplex table 3. Here I am writing, you have to apply as usual simplex procedure and then therefore y1 enters and we see what is the pivotal element 2. This is pivotal element 2 corresponding to that we have the vector y5. Therefore, y5 leaves and y5 leaves as usual the simplex procedure. So I am not writing any kind of calculations, but for timing, if you consider this is R1, this is R2, and I am not doing any calculations. I am sorry, I am not doing any calculations. You know all the calculations in the simplex procedure, so that the pivotal element you have to convert as unity, and remaining, that is the elements which here it is 1. Remaining all the elements are to be converted as 0. For which the operation is R2 dash is R2 divided by 2, and R1 dash is nothing but plus R1, and you have to multiply here 1, therefore minus 1 multiplied by R1 R2 dash, minus 1 multiplied by R2 dash plus R1. If you do the operation, then you will get the respective elements, so that I am now considering this is simplex table 3. So now I convert all the values which are in the simplex table, that is here it is 3 by 2 and this is 2 by 2, it is 1, and minus 4 by 2 minus 2, it is plus 3 by 2 and 0 1 by 2, like that, and these are all the values you have to change. Now it is R1 dash R2 dash. So every calculation, of course these will not change. The calculations which are going to be changed, that I have to change all the values and then I have to calculate simplex table 3. I have to go for simplex table 3. But just I note all the values. You calculate the row operations of simplex table 3, and so that these are the values 5 by 2, and this is 0, and this is also 0. It is 1 by 2. It is plus 3 by 2, right? And 1 by 2. It is 1, and it is minus 1 by 2. Okay. Now we calculate remaining all the calculations. Right? Hope you understand. This is what the calculations we have. Now it is of simplex table 3. Remember, now y1 enters, y5 leaves, y1 enters. y1 the cost is 3. y1 the cost 3. So this is what the calculations we have, and now we have to further proceed in that. Now we have to further proceed the remaining calculations, and again you have to calculate net evaluation. This is what I have converted. I have converted the pivotal element to unity and the remaining element, that is 1 here we have, that is the element is 0 by using these row operations. R2 dash is R2 by 2, R1 dash is minus 1 into R2 dash plus R1. By making these relevant row operations, and then I have converted the respective pivotal element to unity 1 and the remaining element to 0. That is what I have did, so that I did, and this is what the calculations now we got, right? So now you see y4 is 1 0, it is there, y1 is 0 1. Now again you have to calculate net evaluations. You have to arrange this one, and then we have to calculate this now. Okay. Now we calculate first z. What is z? Z is equal to 0 into 5 by 2. 0. 3 into 3 by 2. It is 9 by 2. 9 by 2. And now what is the constant? That is the reason why I have written here plus 25. Of course here we have. This is what objective function plus 25. You have to add plus 25. 25. So if you take 2 LCM, 2 25 is 50. 9. 59. So 59 by 2. So this is what the value 9 by 2 plus 25 is equal to 59 by 2. Do you understand this? After calculation of your z, you have to add whatever the constant which are present there in the new objective function. That is latest objective function in the simplex table 2. The objective function which is there in simplex table 2. Any modifications are there in the simplex table 2, then you have to consider that. Okay, previously it was 10 and then it was 15. What I remember 10 and then 25. Now it is 9 by 2 plus 25, 59 by 2. So it is always going to be increased. That is what the first calculation. Now remaining anti-evaluation Zj minus Cj. You come to calculate Zj minus Cj. So 0 into 0, 3 into 1, 3 minus 3 is 0. And 3 into minus 2, it is minus 6, minus of minus plus 5. So it is minus 1. It is minus 1. And then next calculation 3 into 3 by 2, 9 by 2, it is 0. 9 by 2 minus 2, 9 by 2 minus 2, 9 minus 4 by divided by 2, 5 by 2. And this is what the calculation anti-value is 0. And then next one 0 into minus 1 by 2, 0. 3 into 1 by 2, 3 by 2 minus 0, it is 3 by 2. So these are the anti-valuations. Furthermore, you have to calculate ui minus xbi. You have to calculate ui minus xbi. I calculate ui minus xbi. ui is for first one y4, for which you have to refer row wise. That is which particular vector y4, which means u4. u4 is infinity. So hence it is infinity minus xbi. xbi is 5 by 2. 5 by 2. It is equivalent to infinity. So that is the first one. And second one y1 for y1 u1 is 4. So 4 minus 3 by 2. 3 by 2, that is xbi, 3 by 2. 3 by 2, it is 4 2s are 8, 8 minus 3, 5 by 2. It is 5 by 2. ui minus xbi is 5 by 2. Infinity and 5 by 2. Now we have finished the calculations. So this is what at the end of the table, I again stop here and I continue on next part, that is part 4. This is the end of the part 3. I am stopping at the after calculations of the simplex table. After all the calculations of the simplex table, I am leaving you, and again I am taking the next part in the starting of the whatever the next further calculations of the simplex table. Hope you understand. This is what the one particular part. In this particular part, I have explained from simplex table 2 to simplex table 3. So what is the case we got? Theta is equal to theta 1. Theta is equal to theta 1, we got the case, and in such a case we have solved and we have converted as usual simplex procedure. We have applied the whatever the rule which we have, the procedure we have in the theta is equal to theta 1 case, and then we have applied the procedure, and then we have converted every particular thing, all calculations which in the simplex table 3. We have finished the calculation of simplex table 3, and again the next we discuss further calculations in the next part. Hope you understand. Thank you.